Thanks for joining me. We're going to discuss practical tips for foreigners in Uganda. Today's topic, food. There's some really great, exciting, diverse foods here in Uganda, and you should give them a try. They're totally worth trying. And it might not be something you're used to, but if you can understand what they are, then you might feel a little more comfortable in giving them a try. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is street food. So, the basic street food that you can find everywhere in town, in the village, everywhere you go is chapati. Chapati is a lot like naan bread. It's like tortillas. It's very simple. It's flour, baking soda, water, pretty much is salt. That's the whole thing. But there's just something special about the way they make it here. I don't know why, but it's delicious and I really like them. Totally safe to eat. They're cooked, they're hot. There's no reason why you can't have it. And one chapati costs the equivalent of about 15 cents USD. So it's a really inexpensive way to have a snack. And really you can get them anywhere and you can carry them with you like all day and just like snack on them. So they're a great snack. So the cousin to chapati would be chikamando. So chikamando is where they take beans, fresh beans, which are really awesome, better than any canned beans you've ever had. And they cut up the chapati, they put it with the beans, and they mix it all together in a bag, and they tie the bag. And then you get this little bag, this clear little bag, and you bite off the end and you suck it out. Oh, it's so good that way. I know it sounds crazy, but it's so good. Totally need to try chikamando if you come here. Street food. You can get chikamando from 500 shillings all the way up to 10,000 shillings. It just depends on what you're getting and where you're getting it. So I don't recommend that you get chapati or chikamando or Rolex, which we're going to talk about, in one of the restaurants around that is more Western driven because it's going to be really expensive. And honestly, I find that the street vendor food is better than, in this case, than what you can get in a restaurant. So the next cousin to chapati and chikamando is Rolex. Now, what is a Rolex? They take the chapati, they fry an egg, and tomatoes and some cabbage, and they put it in the chapati and they roll it up and you eat it. And it's yummy. It's so good. I'm not really a keen fan of fried eggs, but I really do like a Rolex. Then there are some places that have specialty Rolexes. The only one I found is in Jinja, where you can get other things in there, but the standard is eggs and tomatoes and cabbage. And it's good. And again, not expensive. You can get a Rolex for 1,000 shillings, which is about 60 cents, right? So it's not a lot of money. And you should try it because it's yummy, especially when it's hot. It's really, really good. So the main street food that's the most popular are those three things, but you'll also find some regional things. They have something here called an egg roll, and it's not what you think. It's where they take a hard-boiled egg, and then they surround that hard-boiled egg with smashed potatoes, and then they fry it. And honestly, freaking awesome. Love it. So good. But it's regional. It's like you're not going to really find it everywhere. Chikamando, Rolex, and chapati you'll find everywhere. Even I've made chapati. And it's fun. It's not really that hard. It's fun. So those are street foods that you should definitely consider trying, and they're really good. Other street food that you're going to find, again, regionally, is meat on a stick. Yep, I said it. Meat on a stick. So they take beef and they cut it into cubes, and then they cook it over an open flame, and it's on a stick like a kebab. And it's not very expensive. I think it's 1,000 for one stick, and there's like 6 pieces. They also have goat meat on a stick. Pork is different. I find pork in pork joints, which is like these open stalls, and they're just frying that pork right in front of you, and they will put it on a stick, but it's regional. It's not everywhere. And then there's chicken. So chicken, what they do is they take a quarter of a chicken and they cook it on an open flame, and they stick a stick in it, and then this is how you get fast food in Uganda. You stop at the side of the road. They all run up to you, all the people. Do you want banana? Do you want meat? Do you want goat? Do you want chicken? And then they have it all in these sticks, this big bunch of sticks, and they stick it in your face so you can pick one. And that's fast food. In Uganda, it's very fast. And you pick one of the chickens, and you eat it, nom, 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 and then you're done, right? So that's fast food here in Uganda and also the last thing that I think is really most popular when you're like moving around is ganja. So it's not ganja, it's ganja, which is a variety of banana. So this variety of banana, it's kind of like the plantain, but it's a bit sweeter. And what they do is they roast it on an open flame. And then when you buy it, they give it to you in like a piece of newspaper, and you just eat it when it's hot. It's like so good. Nom, nom, nom. You just eat it up. So that's fast food in Uganda. That's the way it works. Now, in Kampala and in a little bit of Mukano, there's one or two fast food places that you're used to, but they're not fast. I'm just telling you. So one franchise here is KFC because chicken is a thing here, right? You're never going to see a McDonald's here because beef isn't as big a thing as chicken. Chicken is big. So it does taste different than in America. It doesn't taste as chemically, and the menu is a little different. But it's not really my favorite. I'd rather drive down to the village at the lake and get fried chicken that they cooked right there on the side of the road. Like the chicken was killed this morning, and the coating is fresh, and it's way cheaper. But KFC is an option if you feel like you have to have it. And then there's pizza places. Pizza Hut is here. So there's some different pizza places that you can go to and get pizza. But the pizza here is not like the pizza in America. They make the crust, they put the topping, whatever you happen to choose, they put a little tiny bit of cheese and no sauce. So you have to get ketchup, which they call tomato sauce here, with it, so you can put it on top, because otherwise it's like a really, really dry. So in general, if you're only going to be in Uganda for a few weeks, I don't even know why you'd pick American style food when there's other options that are so much healthier and very tasty. So now I'm going to launch into that. So the cheapest, healthiest way to eat in Uganda is to go to the market and buy fresh fruits and vegetables. And I'm going to talk to you about the ones you can't really find in America readily, or in the Western countries readily. The first one is cassava. I know some of you've heard of cassava. Now you can get cassava flour, but it's very expensive. They have cassava chips I've seen in America, but again, very expensive. So cassava is a root vegetable that grows here, and it grows to be very, very tall. And it's very easy to cultivate, by the way. You put it in the ground and you wait, and it springs up, and then you dig it out when you're ready to eat it. Now, the most common way to eat cassava in Uganda is they take it, it's a really big root vegetable, and they cut it and they slice it, and then they coat it in flour and they fry it. The thing about cassava is it takes time to kind of like grow on you, because it's dense and it's dry. Even though it's been fried, it's a really kind of dry taste. So I've been experimenting with cassava to make other recipes, like making it in soup and things like that, to make it not so dry. But I've kind of gotten used to it, so like I really like it now, but it took some time. It doesn't taste bad. It needs some salt, but it doesn't taste bad. And I always get it cooked. I never eat raw cassava. It's always cooked. But my dog, Trixie, she loves cassava. Raw or cooked, she doesn't care. She loves cassava. And it's very, very healthy for you. So lately I've taken to getting cassava flour, and I'm experimenting with making my own macaron, my own noodles, so that I'm not using wheat noodles anymore, that I'm using cassava noodles, because they're so much healthier for you. And so I'm still experimenting with that, and we'll see how it goes. So another really big staple here in Uganda is going to be matoke. So matoke is a form of banana. It's not a sweet banana, and they get the matoke from the banana tree while it's still green. If it starts to change, then you can't use it. So you take the matoke, you peel it, and it's kind of sticky a little bit, and so you have to rinse it off, and then you put it in the pan on the charcoal stove, because that's typically how we cook here. It's on a charcoal stove, and then you cover it. You put banana leaves in with it, and on the bottom of the pan, and on the top you cover it, and you let it cook for like 30 minutes in water, like you fill it with water. Then after it's done cooking, then you smash it. Some people don't smash it. Some people cook it like with tomatoes and onions and spices, and then they just eat the whole piece of the banana. But I like the smashed kind. So after it's done, you just smash it, smash, 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 smash. And the banana leaves make all the difference because they give it a lot of flavor. And then I like to pair the smashed matoke with avocado. I think it's a great pairing. It's really delicious. The avocado here is very, very sweet. But typically, how they serve matoke, smashed matoke, is with ghee nut sauce. So, ghee nut sauce is a cousin to the peanut. And it's yummy as long as it's fresh. If the ghee nuts are a bit old, then I find my tongue reacts to them. But as long as they're fresh, then I'm fine. If you have a peanut allergy, do not eat ghee nut sauce because it's a cousin to the peanut. So, they just take the ghee nuts and they grind them, and then they cook them in water with onions and sometimes with tomatoes and some cooking oil, and then they put that over the smashed matoke. Now, some people say that the matoke is like mashed potatoes in America, but I don't really agree. I think it's a taste all of its own, and the truth is that I never used to take a lot of matoke. I used to take rice instead, but I actually really like it now. It's grown on me, and it's much healthier for you than rice. It's a healthier carb. So when I go to America, I always crave matoke, and I can't get it there because there are different varieties of bananas there than there are here. So if somebody says, "Do you want matoke and ghee nut sauce?" You're like, "Yeah, I do." You just take a little bit. It's enough. When it's hot, it's super, super yummy. Super yummy. When it gets cold, not so yummy. But when it's hot, so yummy. So let's see. Cassava, matoke. Okay, so yams aren't the same here as they are in the Western world. The yams here they're purplish, and they're not like the sweet potatoes from Hawaii. So don't think that. And they're kind of dense like cassava, and they're kind of like thick tasting. And the truth is, I don't really care for them much, but it's worth trying. It's not going to hurt you. The other thing is pumpkin. To us, we would call it squash. It's not pumpkin, it's squash. It's a orange squash. It's nothing like a pumpkin. It's an orange squash. It kind of looks like a pumpkin, but it doesn't taste like one. And the way they cook it is they slice it up and they boil it, and it tastes great. Like it tastes like squash, and it's good. So the next thing that I would tackle is jackfruit. Jackfruit, if you've ever been to South America, they have jackfruit there, but the jackfruit here in Uganda is definitely sweeter. And it looks spiny and green like this big pod thing, and then they cut it open, it's all sticky, and they have to get the flesh part from all these little like tentacle things, but it's so good. If you've never tried jackfruit, you should try it, but limit yourself, because if you've never had it before, it could upset your stomach. So try it, but don't go crazy, right? Another thing you're going to find here, which I don't think is unfamiliar, is sugarcane, and it's yummy. Oh, and the way you eat sugarcane, you take your piece of sugar cane that they've cut for you, and you chew and chew and chew. You get all that yummy sugar out, and then what's left you spit out because you can't swallow that. The rind, you can't eat that. So you chew, chew, suck out all that yummy sweet, and then you spit it out. And that's normal here, so don't worry about it. I'm trying to think. So I don't think there's anything else unusual here, except there are some people that make offals, intestines. And from my personal experience, I don't like them, but you're welcome to try if you want. But I tried it with a good heart and I hated it. So I won't touch them now. But I don't think there's any other food here that you wouldn't be familiar with. Everything else, I think, pretty much is the same kind of thing that we would find in America, only the food, the vegetables, the fresh fruit, the fresh vegetables are just so good and tasty because they typically don't use chemicals to grow their food, and cheap, so cheap. But if you're going to go into town and go to the supermarket and buy macaroni and tomato sauce and ketchup and mayonnaise, things like that, it's really, really expensive. But all these things are really bad for you. I'm telling you, Uganda's got it right, because in America, all the stuff that's really good for you is so freaking expensive. And here in Uganda, it's really, really cheap. So it's interesting. It's a flip. I'm not going to say one is better than the other. I just appreciate that I can go get healthy food and it doesn't cost me, my firstborn child. I just appreciate that. So the last thing I want to talk about food is kind of important. When you go to a village, people are going to feed you, and it's very important that you eat the food. And let me explain to you why. the way that the people in the village typically tell you thank you, or that they love you, or that they appreciate you, that's their love language is food. So they have to sacrifice in order to cook for you. They find out you're coming, they save up for weeks, they spend more money on you than they would spend on their whole family, and they cook this amazing food, big spread. They have tilapia, or depending on where you are, or the chicken or beef or pork. All these things are very expensive for them, and they cook it for you, and they cook rice and sauce and Irish potatoes and macaroni, and it's a big deal to them. For you to even try it makes them happy. So if you're going to be moving in the villages, then, or in somebody's home, then do not refuse the food. I'm telling you, pray about it, bless it, pray over it, bless it, eat it, because that's their blessing to you, and then they will get blessed because you ate it. So don't refuse. Like I said, even if you only take a bite here or there, it's okay, but don't just flat out refuse the food. We had a missionary group that came, and they did that. You don't even know how much it hurt the people. These people were in a very remote village, and if you could see it, you would understand. Out of all the places I've been, this is the most remote place I've ever gone, and I go back on a regular basis. Their floor is rock, and their houses are wood with like tarps nailed on them, and they live right off the lake, so it's very cold and rainy, and if you could see it, it would really make you rethink life, right? So these people, they got up at 4 in the morning to cook. They cooked fresh fish right out of the lake. They cooked everything that goes with it, the greens and the matoke and all of these things, and the people refused to eat it. You don't know how hurt the community was. So hurt. So when you're here and you go to somebody's home and they offer you food, or they offer you tea, or they offer you soda, take it. Now, I'm not a big drinker of hot things because it's really not how I was raised. So I make sure I move with hot chocolate with chocolate powder when I move, so that if they offer me hot milk tea, I just pour in a little chocolate and then I can drink it, because I don't really like plain hot milk because I wasn't raised on it. It's not really my thing. And this way I'm not offending them, and I'm prepared to handle it. So, when they offer you food, say thank you so much and bless it and eat it, because they really sacrificed. And the other thing is, if you're here and you're moving in the mission field, and you're going to somebody's home, or you're going to a village and they've prepared food for you, breakfast, lunch, and supper, please leave some kind of money to make up for that. They sacrificed their own budgets and their own meals for their families to feed you. So don't be so naive to think that that didn't cost something. It did. And even for you to leave 20,000 shillings or 50,000 shillings is a huge, huge blessing. It won't be enough to cover it all, but it'll bless them, because they're not looking for you to pay them. They would never ask you to do that. But as somebody who lives in the village, and I've seen the sacrifice they make to feed you, then please be sensitive to that. Be sensitive to that. Don't be like, no, I'm going to go get pizza. Like, please don't do that, because it really hurts them. It's really important that if you're going to go ahead and they're going to give you food, that you eat it. So please be sensitive when you're moving around in the villages and the various places. Now, if you're on tour and your tour guide is moving you around and somebody randomly comes up and says, oh, take this food, and it wasn't prearranged, don't do it. Don't do it. You have to just make sure that it's something that was prearranged and you're familiar with what's going on, that your leader is saying, yes, this is for us. Be wise, but for real, don't be insensitive about it. Please don't be insensitive about it, because they'll never ask you, but for real, they're sacrificing a lot to make sure that you have the food that you need. So try to be sensitive. I think the last thing I want to say about food is there is a soda here called Stony, and it looks like it could be beer, but it's not beer, it's soda. Coca-Cola puts it out, and it's a ginger soda, and it's yummy. And I've tried some in America, some ginger sodas, and I've never found anything to compare to the one here. It's really good. So if you like ginger, you should give it a try. And then I always drink bottled water. Even if they said they boiled it, I still drink bottled water. As far as juice, if somebody's made me fresh juice, as long as they understand that they had to use bottled water or boil the water, then I will take it. And you always have to ask. You ask your leader to find out if they boiled the water. And usually the person who's leading your group will have communicated ahead of time to tell people you need to wash the utensils in hot water and the pans in hot water. You need to boil the water, use boiled water or bottled water if you're going to make a juice. Usually the person that's leading you has taken care of this, but it's okay for you to ask. Because if you don't take the fresh juice here, man, are you missing out? There's passion fruit juice and mint and pineapple and mango, and it's really sad to miss out. You just have to make sure that they boiled the water, that the water is safe. That's all. Simple. And some people will tell you, oh, when you go to these foreign countries, don't eat the raw fruit, don't eat the raw vegetable. Listen, I eat bananas all the time and they're raw, apples even, and grapes. I eat cabbage raw. As long, I mean, it really, like, let's not get too crazy here, okay? Typically, when you come, people are notified in advance about how they need to care for the Western person, which they would call a Mzungu. A light-skinned person is a Mzungu, and they've made those preparations. And if you're not sure, just ask. It's not a big deal, but don't get so crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's medicine for everything here, and it's so cheap. Like, for real. If you have like a prescription for glaucoma, like I do, man, I always buy a lot when I'm here, when I'm going to go stay in America for a while, because it's like a total of $10. And if I was going to do it there, I'd have to go see a doctor and I have to pay a copay, and it's probably going to cost me hundreds of dollars. So you should keep that in mind when you come here. All right. So I think I've covered food pretty good, and even the attitude that we need to have when we come here, that if we're in a foreign country, you need to enjoy the food that they're eating. Don't just say, I'm going to eat in town, I'm only going to eat pizza, I'm only going to eat hamburgers. You're in a foreign country. Try something new, for goodness sake. You might like it. I mean, I've grown to love it. So what I would like to say is be aware, be safe, and enjoy your stay in Uganda.